Hello everyone, welcome back to Trading Edge. So in today's video, we will discuss about some trap setups which occurs frequently in Banknifty. Most importantly, these setups are low risk, high reward and also very high probability. So we will look at some examples of where we could find them and how we could trade them. So let's start. So here you can see this is the chart of Banknifty on hourly time frame. So this is a very important resistance zone. Why? Because prices have got rejected from here, from here, from here, from here, from here. So what is this indicating? This resistance zone, sellers are very much active and they are not ready to give up to the buyers. That's why prices are coming down aggressively. But what is happening? Prices are continuously making higher low formation, okay, indicating that sellers are getting exhausted and buyers are getting aggressive. Demand is silently coming in the market. Why we could say that? Because the resistance zone is getting tested multiple times on hourly time frame with higher low formation, indicating bulls slowly sneaking into the market. Now what is our expectation? See, prices opened gap up, so continuously resistance is getting tested, indicating that bulls are very much in control, and now this resistance is broken and prices will continue the upward momentum. But what happened? Prices reversed very aggressively towards the downside. So how we could trade this kind of setups? We will look into lower time frame like 5 minutes on intraday, so we could find low risk high reward trade setups. So first of all, we will jump shift to the lower time frame, that is 5 minutes. So on this day, that is this day, this is the 5 minutes chart. Okay, so after opening gap up, prices are continuously forming lower high formation. There is no sign of bullish pressure in the market. We know that prices broke out of a very important resistance zone, okay, which was already tested multiple times. On hourly time frame, prices got continuously tested and rejected from these levels, okay, but sellers were not being able to push the prices aggressively towards the downside by breaking the last swing low, indicating that bulls are very much active. Now today prices broke out of this level, indicating that they are very much aggressive, that is the bulls, and now prices would go towards the upside. But what happened? After gap up, prices continuously started to form lower high formation and eventually broke this important support zone. Okay, now see, now the trap setup comes in play. Here, from here, we saw sharp buying momentum, again indicating that bulls are again in control and now prices will move towards the upside. But what happened? After this structural breakout, that is the trend line breakout, there are multiple rejection candles that is forming, indicating that bulls do not have the strength and the power to continue the upward momentum from here, and eventually prices again broke this level and continued the downward momentum, creating a bull trap setup. So we will enter short here, stop loss here, and see the huge downside momentum after that. Why we will enter short here? Because we are continuously seeing on this day, on this particular intraday time frame, prices are continuously forming lower high formation. This was the last try of the bulls after structural breakout of this trend line resistance. But after breakout, multiple rejection candles are forming, indicating that bulls do not have the strength and the power to continue the upward momentum. Again, prices got rejected from here and broke this important support zone. So we'll sell here, stop loss here, and see the huge downside momentum after that. Okay, so this is the first example. Now let's look at another example. So this is again hourly chart of Banknifty. See, this is again the similar setup. Prices got rejected from here, here, indicating that bulls are very much getting aggressive. That's why the resistance zone is getting tested multiple times and continuous higher low formation. What does it indicate? That bulls are very much in control, and eventually they will break this resistance and continue the upward momentum. But what happened? After resistance breakout, there is no bullish pressure, and prices eventually move towards the downside, creating a bull trap setup again. Now see, after the strong downward momentum, which is parabolic in nature, we always know that prices move in the nature of waves. Whenever we see this kind of parabolic moves, there are higher probability or chances that we could now see a retracement or trend reversal. Okay, see, after trapping the bulls here, prices move down aggressively towards the downside without any retracement on hourly time frame. So what does it indicate? That sellers are very aggressive. Yes, supply is overcoming demand very aggressively, but always remember, prices move in the nature of waves. So whenever we see this kind of parabolic price behavior, we should get ready for a reversal trade setup, which is low risk and also high probability. Okay, now see, very important point. See this candle. After a huge downward movement, this is the first sign of bulls coming in the market. How we could say that? Because this is aggressive buying. Aggressive buying came from this level, indicating that bulls are very much aggressive at this price areas. Demand is overcoming supply very aggressively after a strong downward momentum. Okay, so this is the first sign. And then what happened? We saw a bullish pin bar exactly at the support zone, exactly at the demand zone, from where previously we saw sharp buying momentum. Okay, so now we will trade this kind of setups on 5-minute time frame on intraday. First of all, we'll identify the trade setup on higher time frame, that is 1 hour. Then we'll jump shift to the execution time frame, that is 5 minutes time frame. So let's move on to the 5-minute time frames to find low risk high reward trade setup. See, from here we saw sharp buying momentum, strongest buying momentum in this down leg, indicating that presence of heavy bullish pressure. Demand is very much aggressive at this price levels. Okay, now what happened? Again prices sold off and eventually broke this level. Okay, indicating that bulls have given up and now prices will move towards the downside aggressively. But what happened? This selling pressure got immediately absorbed by strong bullish pressure. Demand is still very much aggressive in the market. That's why after this breakdown, there is no continuation towards the downside, and we saw sharp bullish momentum again testing the resistance zone. See, again resistance zone is getting tested. So what does it indicate? It is indicating that the bears who had shorted here, they got trapped. They don't have the strength and the momentum to again continue the downward prices, and prices are consolidating just below the resistance zone, indicating strong bullish pressure. So we will buy here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. Okay, so I hope you got this very important point. Always remember the context. On higher time frame, prices are continuously moving towards the downside. Okay, then we saw sharp buying momentum. Then we saw a bullish pin bar exactly at the demand zone, from where previously we saw sharp buying momentum. Okay, so this is the context, the sentiment of the market. Now we will look into the 5-minute time frame to find our entry. Okay, see, from here we saw sharp buying momentum. Then again sellers push the prices toward the downside. But what happened? After this breakdown, prices couldn't continue the downward momentum, that is the lower high, lower low setup, and instead prices are consolidating below this resistance zone, from where we saw sharp selling momentum, and eventually broke out and continue the upward momentum, trapping this last minute sellers. Okay, so we'll take advantage of such kind of setups, buy here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. Okay, so now let's look at another example. So again, this is the chart of Bank Nifty on 1 hour time frame. See here, prices are consolidating. Okay, after the strong selling leg, prices are consolidating. Okay, now see, prices got rejected from here, from here, from here, from here. Okay, 4 times prices got rejected from these levels, so indicating that demand is very much active at this price areas. That's why sellers couldn't break this level and continue the downward momentum. Okay, now on this day, prices closed around the resistance zone, indicating that the next day prices could break this level and continue the upward momentum. Why? Because buyers have defended the prices from here, from here, from here, from here. Okay, 4 times prices got rejected from these areas, and on this day prices closed around the resistance zone, indicating strong bullish sentiment in the market. Next day, our expectation is that prices could open around here or here and continue the upward momentum after breaking this resistance zone. But what happened? Prices opened gap down and eventually broke this level. So what is our expectation now? Now our expectation is that prices now could eventually break this level and continue the downside momentum. Why? Because after 4 times prices got rejected from this level, and then also buyers couldn't break the resistance zone and continue the upward momentum. Okay, so these buyers are now trapped. Okay, so now we will jump shift to our 5 minutes time frame to find our potential low risk high reward trade setup. Okay, see, multiple times prices got rejected from these areas. Okay, on this day prices opened gap down. Okay, then buyers again tried to push the prices towards the upside, but they failed. Lower high formation and eventually testing the resistance support zone. Okay, continuous testing of the support zone with lower high formation, indicating that supply is overcoming demand. Okay, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, eventually broke this important support zone after gap down. So we'll enter short here, stop loss here, and we saw a sharp downward momentum. But see here what is happening. A very, very important reversal setup, that is morning star pattern. Remember, prices opened gap down. Okay, this is the first point. For the whole day, sellers were very much aggressive and they pushed the prices towards the downside, and continuous testing of the support zone is being done, indicating is that buyers are getting exhausted. That's why there is no upward momentum from the support zone. From here earlier aggressive buying momentum was happening, but today after this gap down, after this morning buying pressure, we saw continuous lower high formation, indicating that bulls are getting exhausted, and when they eventually broke this level, we will sell here, stop loss here. But when we see this kind of pattern, we will exit from our trade. Why? Because our expectation is that prices would now continue the downward momentum. Okay, but what happened? After gap down and continuous testing of the support zone, prices broke this level, but after this huge downside rally on intraday time frame, we saw a bullish reversal setup. So we will exit from our sell trade. Okay, now again we saw strong buying momentum, but now prices are continuously testing the resistance zone. If sellers were very much aggressive and very much in control, then they should have again continued the downward momentum, breaking the last swing low. But what happened? From here we saw sharp selling momentum from this resistance zone, but now after the strong buying momentum, prices are consolidating below the resistance zone. Okay, this is an indication that bulls are also very aggressive at this price areas. Otherwise, if sellers were very strong at this level, then again they should have continued the downward momentum by breaking the last swing low. Okay, but what happened? Multiple time resistance is getting tested and buyers are getting very much aggressive. See this two candles. Prices broke this support zone, but what happened? Again buyers push the prices towards the upside. Okay, indicating that there is strong bullish pressure. That's why prices are not being able to continue the downward momentum, and eventually when they broke this level here, we'll buy here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside momentum after that. So I hope you got this very important point. Prices broke this support zone. Okay, so our expectation is that prices would now continue the downward momentum, but what happened? After this strong rally from here, after creating a morning star pattern, sellers couldn't continue the downward momentum and prices are continuously testing the resistance zone, indicating that bulls are very aggressive. So we buy here, stop loss here, and see the huge upside rally after that. Okay, so now again see, next day prices open gap up. Okay, so now what is our expectation? Sellers, after breaking this support zone, couldn't take the prices towards the downside, and now prices closed around this resistance zone and next day opened gap up. So now our expectation is that 90% chance that prices would continue the upward momentum, because here the sellers got trapped. Okay, but what happened? Again prices sold off. Okay, so we'll now look at a 5-minute time frame, that is our execution time frame, to look for potential high risk, low risk, high reward trade setups. See here, prices open gap up, but after opening gap up, there is continuous rejection of higher prices. Strong selling pressure. Bulls tried to defend this support zone and tried to continue the upward momentum, but what happened? Again strong bearish pressure. Sell here, stop loss here, and see the huge downside momentum after that. See, our expectation was that after opening gap up, prices would take a pullback and continue the upward momentum. This was our expectation, but what did the market do? After opening gap up, continuous rejection of higher prices, indicating that bulls are not much aggressive at this price areas. Strong selling pressure after this weak buying momentum. Strong selling pressure. Then again bulls tried to continue the upward momentum by taking support from this area. But what happened? Again sellers pushed the prices aggressively towards the downside, breaking this important support zone, indicating that all these bulls got trapped here. So we'll enter short here, stop loss here, and see the huge downside momentum after that. Again there is bull trap setup, rejection, broke out. Now if bulls are very much strong, then they should have continued the upward momentum, but what happened? Again prices got rejected from here, here. Sell here, stop loss here, and see the huge downside momentum after that. Okay, so this is bull trap setup, this is bear trap setup. Okay, so I hope you got something very important learning from this video. If you find it useful, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also do comment down below if you have any queries related to this video. So see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from my side. Take care everyone. Bye.